Well, hi, everybody. Stu Shostak here from Show.com. We're sitting here about to record another program of Baby Boomer Favorites with this person, Jeanine Kasun. Say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello to everybody.
Hello to everybody.
All right. The reason we have gathered you all here today is because we're going to premiere a brand new video from somebody who is a very talented singer, who has been a very talented singer for over 57 years. I think it's been a long time.
70.
70 years, really, Jeanine?
Yep.
One of your
70.
closest friends.
Absolutely.
You're wearing a Judy Garland shirt today. Do you want to
Yep.
explain, or do you want us to introduce our guest
No,
first?
I'll let our guest introduce.
Oh, well, then
talk
I have
about
to.
it.
I have to introduce our guest. Then is that all right with you?
That's fine.
You're looking forward to this new edition of Baby Boomer Favorites.
Absolutely. Anytime Mike is a guest on my show, I love
Well,
it.
and because it's also going to be a tribute to Judy Garland, that's has something to do with the shirt you're seeing right before your very eyes now, and the video that we're going to premiere today, June 1st, 2019. We should remind everybody before we introduce our guest that your show with this guest will be available for audio download free of charge starting this coming Wednesday, June 5th, right after Stu's show. And we're going to record that show after we finish telling you about what you're going to see here. So you're getting the advance preview before we even record the Baby Boomer Favorite Show, right, Jeanine?
That's right.
All right. So please welcome. Is his applause cued? His applause is cued. Is his camera cued? His camera is cued. Ladies and gentlemen, he had a monster hit with Close to Kathy back in 1962, and he had almost as monster hits with What to Do with Lori and All the Colors of the Rainbow, and a bunch of other songs that he's going to tell you about. One of the greatest singers in this business, one of the greatest singers in this world. His voice is exactly the same today as it was in 1972, as you're about to see and hear. Welcome back to my show. Welcome to Baby Boomer Favorites that you're going to hear starting Wednesday night. The very talented and very personable Mr. Mike Clifford. And that's our show. Thank you all for being... No. Doesn't this guy look great? He looks like he did in 1962. I am so jealous. He's got not one gray hair on top of his head. How do you do that? Speak to me.
It's a special sauce.
It's Jack's secret sauce. He owns stock in Jack in the Box. That's it. Now, let's tell everybody about the previous videos that you've done recently. You've done a couple. My favorite is you took Louis Armstrong's song, What a Wonderful World, and you re-recorded it. And not only was the music fantastic, but you produced a beautiful video as well. Tell us a little bit about that. Wait, what, Jeanine? What now? She's already interrupting.
He did two videos. One he did...
I just said that. Two videos. And
of the same song. He did one, like a disco version of it, and then a regular one.
You know what? I apologize. You're right. I think that's what I'm getting confused with.
Yes.
How many... Let's ask him. How many music videos have you done?
This will be the fourth in 2 years.
So I'm missing one. I know that Jeanine just reminded me there's two What a Wonderful Worlds. What was the first video you did?
We did What a Wonderful World dance version. Then I did the Christmas song. Then I did Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow?
Did you do one with Sandy Zacke? Was she in one of them?
No.
No, okay. But I know you sing
And
with
I've
her
done the
occasionally.
new one I'm going to preview.
Oh, okay. The new one. The one we're going to do today?
Yes.
Yes, but she's not in that either. I was still on the Sandy Zacke.
No.
Oh, okay. So, Jeanine is wearing a Judy Garland shirt. You're doing a show about Judy Garland with Jeanine as soon as we get done doing this video. So my next question is, what are we premiering here today after we get done talking?
Well, it turns out that June is the 50th anniversary of Judy's passing. It's also the month of her birth and death. And I wanted to do something to honor her memory because she was so influential in my wanting to be a singer and be in the business. And I saw her several times live, and I finally met her in New York once. And then she came to my opening here in Beverly Hills and hosted an opening night party for me because I sang My Best Girl from Maine to her, and she loved it and wanted to give me a party.
You know, I've known you 10 years and I knew none of this. Why did you wait till I was in my 60s to tell me this?
Well, I wanted to wait till you had a TV show.
Give him an ooh. Give him. Well, the ooh's not even on. Here. There we are. Here we are. Oh, you devil, you. I'm fascinated by this. Tell me about the first encounter with Judy and how you guys became fast friends. I mean, to get her to come to one of your openings out here, she must have really been impressed by what you did, Michael Clifford.
The key was my dear friend and manager at the time, Marvin, who you know.
Marvin Page, one of the greatest, nicest guy, and one of the greatest Hollywood casting directors this town has ever seen.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So we had several mutual friends, and John Carlyle and Tom Green were among them. So anyway, we got her to come, and I was hoping she would like the show, and she really did. And she really liked me, and I think she remembered meeting me in New York. And so she said to Marvin, well, where's his opening night party? I mean, because Judy stayed up all night. That's her night was her day. And he said, well, we're just going to go to a restaurant. She said, you can't do that. And Marvin said, well, where will we have it? And she said, your house. And at that time, Marvin lived in Marilyn Monroe's old apartment on DeLong Prairie in West Hollywood, which is a beautiful white building with gorgeous, gorgeous apartments in it. 2, 3, 4 bedroom apartments, 2 baths, balconies, everything. And he said, well, where will we have it? And she said, your house. He said, okay, fine.
Nobody argued with Judy.
Oh, no. So after my show, we all schlepped over to Marvin's, and she hosted my opening night party, which I'll never forget.
What a thrill, Jeanine.
Which is where the picture was taken, which opens this video of us together.
Yeah, so in I don't know if it's in honor of her death, let's say in honor of her birth, since they both occurred in June.
A celebration of her life.
You decided to take the most...
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Celebration of her life.
Celebration of her life, the most popular song that she's best known for, and do your own version of it. And you're going to get to see this right now before she even talks to Jeanine about it on her show. This was a no-brainer. This is, right? Or did somebody have to plant the seed, a bug in your ear to do this? Knowing you, I think you probably had it there the whole time, and you were just waiting for the right moment, not because you could do a segment of my television show.
This song has always been very special to me for a lot of reasons, and it is to everyone in the world. It was just recently voted the #1 musical song in a film of all time, and there are a lot of songs in film that are popular, but this is the most popular the world over. Everybody knows it. And it has a special meaning for everyone. It had one for me too. I think I had to wait till I was old enough and seasoned enough to give it my own take and make it my interpretation of what it meant to me, and not try to just copy what she did.
Well, as you know, I've seen it. You sent it to me so we can premiere it now for everybody that follows my show and Jeanine's show, and we're grateful for that. And I'm going to assume that you're quite pleased with the post-production work that was done on it. You did this. It's all. I don't think it's any big secret. You did this all green screen. But talk to me about, was it Maurice who helped you with this, and how? Where do you see this? How beautiful the backgrounds and everything were.
Well, Maurice has access to this organization that gives us background videos. And he and I went through hundreds to set the mood for the song. And I think we chose appropriate backgrounds to enhance the lyrics and the feeling I wanted to impart with the song. And I'm very proud of the way it came out.
So the technical part of me wants to know what you did first. Did you choose everything you wanted to include it first, or did you sit down in front of a green screen with a pianist and accompaniment and record the song and then choose the images? How did you build this video? Because it really is beautiful.
Thank you. My father introduced me the year I met Judy to Ben DeTosti, who's one of the most brilliant, greatest arranger, piano players ever in the world, in the music business. And I've worked on and off with him for over 50 years. And Ben's in his 80s and better than ever. He did the arrangement. So I worked out the arrangement with him, but I had it in my head what I wanted to do. And Ben and I just communicate without even talking. So we did the track for the arrangement, the basic arrangement, and then I went to Maurice with that, and I recorded with just piano, and then we added the strings, and we added the bass and a few other things. And then we chose the backgrounds.
So music first.
Yes.
Because the music really is beautiful. Let's give Maurice a little more credit than Maurice. Maurice who?
Maurice Gainen, who is a brilliant producer, musician, recording artist, and overall genius to my way of thinking.
I will agree. I'm pretty jealous of some of the effects that he used on this.
Yes.
And before we run the video for everybody and make the world premiere for everybody to see, your friendship with Judy, how well did you get to know her? And how devastated were you when you found out? Because it was a short friendship, right? You didn't really meet her until the couple of years before she died, right?
Well, that evening was about a little over 2 years before she passed. But we had met in New York in January of '63. And my publicist knew her publicist. We were at Danny's in New York. And it was lunchtime. And she was taping her special with Robert Goulet and Phil Silvers, her second special for CBS, and Sandy Dennis was with her, and George Siegel. And I remember going to the table, brought me over, and I said, could I please meet her? And they said, yes, yes. She said, okay, bring him over. And I told Phil Silvers that my dad had played trumpet for him in his stage show of Top Banana when I was a kid in 1950. This is 13 years prior, and he was very impressed that
He said, how are you? Glad to see you.
Yeah, that I knew that. And so I was a showbiz kid, so to speak. And so that kind of broke the ice, and we all talked, and she was very kind and very sweet to me, always.
And you stayed in touch, obviously, for those 4 years up until she came to your
On
opening.
and off, yes. I went to an opening, and my date had a cast on her neck. And this was when Mark Herron opened in Private Lives at the Ivar in '66 here. And she was very kind and signed the cast for my date and said, oh, I had a cast on my leg, and everybody signed it, and I glamorized it with feathers and sequins, and I had a lot of fun when I had my cast. You ought to do the same with yours. Of course, hers was on her leg, and Susan's was on her neck, so it was a little difficult. But she was always very pleasant and delightful when I was with her, ever.
Yeah, yeah. And when you found out that she passed,
I was just devastated like everybody else, because my first encounter with her in a movie theater was A Star is Born. And that really...
You saw that before you saw The Wizard of Oz?
Yes. And that really encouraged me to do more singing, because I thought, oh, gee, that would be great. And I loved her singing, and I want to do something like that. And then I saw Gene Kelly in Singing in the Rain, and that sort of helped me too. And then she and Gene Kelly did some films together, and I saw those on TV. And so, she had a big influence on my career. And I saw her the first time at the Greek Theater in '57. Then I saw her at the Shrine in '59. Then I saw her at the Hollywood Bowl in '61.
Did you have any inkling at all during that time that you would get to meet her and she would go to bat for you and throw a party for you? Yeah.
Never in my wildest dreams.
I mean, it's kind of like growing up watching Lucy on I Love Lucy and then getting myself to work for her afterwards. It's like, pinch me, is this real, right?
Well, the night that I opened, my parents were there, and I came by the table to say hello to her and introduce my parents to her. And my mother said, oh, you ought to see his bedroom. It's always been plastered with your pictures all over the wall. And she said,
You're
what?
a stalker.
She said, what? She said, no. Your pictures were plastered. She said, you've always been plastered.
That's a whole different thing.
Yeah, no, she wasn't referring to her drinking or anything.
Yeah.
No, her picture. My pictures.
Oh God, that
yes.
could have ended up very badly had you not clarified.
I never would have had a party if that wasn't cleared up. But they were happy to meet her too, and I just recently found out that my aunt Dee Dee, who's like my sister, because we're only like 8 years apart, she was an usher when Judy played the Orpheum in '52 here. Wow. And I told Dee Dee I was going to do Over the Rainbow. She said, "Oh, I remember her sitting on the edge of the stage singing it every night." And she said she was just wonderful every night she did it when on that show.
Wow. Well, I think we've properly set everybody up and whet their appetite for what they're about to see. Do you want to say anything else about the video before we roll it for everybody? Well,
I tried to give Judy, I think, the respect and the dignity that she deserves for all the work she's done in her life. And of course, the thing that everybody remembers first is Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, and the song, her signature song, Over the Rainbow. And as I said before, I wanted to give it my take so that it would stand alone as a compliment to her performance.
Well, I'm getting all choked up thinking about it. You succeeded. Since you're Jeanine's guest on this latest edition of Baby Boomer Favorites, we'll let Jeanine have the last word before we see it. You've seen the video.
Oh, it's fabulous.
Thank you.
It's absolutely fabulous.
Well, I put my heart and soul into it.
You can tell, too, when you
I hope people can feel it, because I really felt it down to my bones when I was doing it.
They will. And so now for you, here it is, June 1st, 2019, the very first screening. Of course, this will be on the internet forever, but we're doing this for June 1st. Mike Clifford and his version of Over the Rainbow.
Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. There's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and all the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds why then, oh why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why